Yeah, welcome back. We see here the French attacks planning, and this is the reason why the German would absolutely like to switch the initiative back to the Eastern Front, because if you go second, you can make a lot of attacks. The French can assemble 4 attacks, and the Britain 3 attacks on this front. And yeah, this is possible because after this round you get new reinforcements and you can fill the empty spots with new units from the reinforcement track. And so first is this attack. It's a 3-1 and it's a 4-1 now. It's a 4-1 and it's a 1. 4-1. 1 is 1 and 1. French can advance. No, it's only there are 2 units, so this is not so good. But yeah, back rolls are always possible. So here is also a 4-1. Also a 4-1. And it's a 2. And this is 1 and 2. Two German units and 1 French. And they can go over this river here. And they will do it. Because, yeah, they are in the next round the first player with a high probability, because the German will switch. Here it's also a 4-1. No, French are not lucky with their rolls. Only 1 and 1. Oh, it's 6, but yeah, I think I assembled for 24, yes, and 6 is 1 more. It's 5-1, and then it's 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. Yeah. Okay. We first take a look. It's a 3-1 if there are 8 unders. It's 7. Yeah, then it's a 3-1. It's a 4-1. And the German headquarter cannot help. It has to be stay behind. Yeah. Only 3s for the French. It's not my... whoa, what's here? 1 and 1. Okay, so now the Britain, perhaps they're all a little bit better. It's also 3-1. Yeah. And with the headquarter, I flip it. Yeah, they're all better. 4-1 is 3. It's 1 and 2. And as you can see, the losses on the German side are going high. So this is a 3-1 and it's a 4-1. Depends a little bit on the die. That's 1 and 2. No advance because here are 3 units. Yeah, I counted them before. 3, 9, 18, and 9 ist 27, 9, 20, yeah, 27 to 8, it's 3 to 1, it's 4 to 1, it's true, so, yeah. And 1 Britain. And here it's a 4 to 1, it's then a 5 to 1. Five to 1, 3 is without losses. So, yeah. And they can advance, and they will advance because these polar hexes are possibly in the next round. If it is wet in November, October, then they give the additional shift. Okay, now we can take a short look at the losses. So it's nearly even, I think. 6, 8, 10, 13, no, against 8, yeah, not really even, but a little bit better for the Allied cause. But yeah, this is not the end, because now the Allied goes on the Italian front also to attack. And here is a 3 to 1 first. A 6. A 6, 3 to 1 is both units are missing next battles. And the Italian can go. They will go. Because they can advance after that. Not far away, 2, 3, 4, Radmannsdorf. Yeah, the Austrians prepared also already for some strategic moves. Here's only a 2 to 1, and there will the 6 much better. But it's a 1. It's a 1, and so the Italian lose 2. Yeah, this really helps the Austrians to don't have to rail so much troops. Okay, so this is a threat here, but you can easily manage it with Radmannsdorf. Yeah, perhaps better they put the Alpine units here in this space. Yeah, but it doesn't matter a lot. And as we saw on the Western Front, the French and Britain, they make good rolls. But the German front can be easily filled with other troops, and so there is no possibility to make a breakthrough. So on the Eastern Front, the Russians pulled back, and the Germans can attack, but only with 1 attack. It's also with a big battle here, 21 defense factors. 3 attacking stacks with the same size, and only the 8 headquarter gives a 4 to 1. 4 to 1, and it's on the big scale. Oh, it's a 1. 4 to 1 on the big scale table. 4 to 1. It's 3 and 3. Okay, yeah, it's not so nice, but the Germans had also lesser or not so good troops. Yeah, about the same, I think, because the Russian can fulfill their losses also with 2, 3, 4 units. Yeah, but here, of course, they used Oberost. It doesn't matter that I forgot it, because yeah, if they don't use it, then they lose it. So they can attack it second time, and now it's 12, and we have 9 less. So it's what do I say, 2063 with 9, 52 and 12. It's a 4-1. It's again a 4-1, and they will roll. And this is a 6, and this is elimination. Of course, if you play with a hardcore gamer, they would say, "Oh, you didn't use Oberost on this place." But yeah, these are things you forgot. But I think it's fair that you can use it. But yeah, and it's so obvious that it's so useless to leave the Oberost behind, do nothing with him. Everybody would put it on this place, of course. So no other attacks here, but one breakthrough, but it can easily be be closed here with this headquarter. They can put a stake here in, and then there's no breakthrough on this front. Okay, here's a 5-1. It's also a big attack. The headquarters from the Austrians are too slow. 5-1, and it's a 6. And I think this will be the end for the Serbians. 5-1, we said. The 6, 1 and 6. Yeah, this is the end. And the Serben out of the war. They can hope for I can do a lot more into it, because I can rail it to the Italian front instantly to make the next blow against the Italians. Here are some troops going to Montenegro, because there's also a victory hex here. And this is one. Belgrade is also one. Yes, it's true. Yeah, because the Germans can now look at the victory places. Yeah, if the France don't make Saloniki, it doesn't work. But yeah, good thing is when the French had the initiative with the event, they can land at Saloniki, and then in the directly following movement phase, they can go and hold the ground here, perhaps behind the river, and here at the mountains. When it was the other way, then they will be bottled in a second and came out of Saloniki. And by the way, the Italians can go to Valona if this happens, and Albania could be used. But yes, I think it's not the time, and the Serbian can spare their resource points for a while, and then look what came on this one. But yeah, I think the Russians are stable here. And now it's another thing what I have to change, because I'm also friendly to the Russians as well. And yes, I talk a lot about initiative change and forgot to save the backward positions here on the Near East. And so I decided to allow this move to Trebizond, and of course to Itzerum, and also here to Sidre and Bitlis, because like they were before, Itzerum wasn't saved. All these units out of supply. If the cavalry goes behind it, and it could reach Itzerum, not easily, but exactly. It was stationed here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, oh no, doch, yes, it's October. October is nothing here in this theater, not wet, like in the East Europe. So they could reach Itzerum, and then the whole front was whipped out. And this is, yeah, I think that doesn't make sense to play it in this way. This is the friendly way to play, and to allow such big mistakes to be retaken on both sides. And the same is true for the Britain here in Iraq. They, as you saw in the last video, they pull together here, would like to attack, but yeah, I forgot that this initiative change will come, although I said it 1,000 times, but I forgot it then, nevertheless. And yes, if they were like this, then the Turkish go over there, and they are out of supply, and four units or 5 units were gone, and these cavalry. So also here the case was over, and so I deployed the British troop another way. So it's difficult also because now the Turkish in the next move can go to Kurna and attack these guys here, make a 3-to-1 attack, with concentric, and so it's not it's a little bit more. And on the other side, on this front, I doesn't change the Ottoman player because he was a little bit prepared with pipeline station to be secure and to go to this place. But as you see, the cavalry from the Britain are so fast, and here is a double move as the double movement allowance, that they easily reached Bir el Hassan, and it's the double move. They go to El Arish and Rafah easily, but they cannot attack these forts because only infantry units can attack forts, and they cannot go around because they have no supplies. It's a special rule. They have to take one of these forts, and then you can go northwards. But yes, the cavalry is a real threat because it will stay in these towns, and you have to pull them out there or drive them out. And yes, so you have to go back with these troops, a lot of troops. Yeah, it's a problem, and all comes from this initiative change. So this is, I think, the most important part in the game, the initiative change. And others, we have to make the roll here. It's a 4-to-1 attack. A 4-to-1, yes, 4-to-1. And it's a 4-0-3, so without losses for the Britain. And yes, they can take this spot. Yeah, I see now 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If the cavalry doesn't take this spot, he could take this spot, and then this spot was left over, and then the supply came from there. So it's okay, not an error. This goes in the dead pile. And yes, now came the strategic move. Yes, the allies on this front, the Russian cannot do something really good, but yeah, the allies on the Egypt front also. Well, they can put also these troops to the front a little bit more. Then with 8 movement points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are in Rafah, but Rafah is this thing with the Sinai pipeline, and they have no supply from Rafah. So they can take this spot and hold this spot, and they will do it because they are worthful. And then the Sinai pipeline will go this way. And if they held this spot till the next summer, then it's hot, and there are no supply for these troops here, so the Turkish have to go back. Okay, on the Iraqi front, there's no allied strategic move because it's not allowed. There is a special event mode that allows the movement. The other thing where they will go to this point, the strategic move, but they cannot do it. But I have to check it really. But I think the mode event has to be played that they can make some strategic moves. So the Russians are out of Russia, so they cannot. It's easy, and the Turkish can think about some moves. But yes, the Turkish can also think about, because these towns there in the backyards are Turkish, and so it's perhaps wise to to hold minimum this spot, but if this spot is held, yeah, the cavalry can go around to Rafah. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, I think this makes sense. 1 and 1 in Rafah to stop the Briton. And now they can attack this with 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they have to save this spot. So it's a 2 to 1. And as we saw a lot of times, 2 to 1s are not a big task. And here is too weak to hold this against the units here, Suez Canal. So they have to pull them also back to Al Arish. Then Al Arish is a safe place. I think they couldn't attack. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, they cannot reach it, and they have only supply over this spot. You can also abandon Pipeline Station, but then drill 1, 2, 3, 4. The Britain have supply to this spot and to this spot. They can attack this also from this point. Yeah, I think this unit will die in the desert. And this one also has to go to Al Arish. So you see the initiative change. The initiative changed a lot. Perhaps it will be wise to, it would be better to go also to this place with the Turkish, but I wouldn't like to redo it. I have done it for the Russian and for the Briton. Could have done it for the Turkish as well, but I think yes, we are at 16 victory points currently, and so it's okay. And on this front, they had some lucky rolls, and so it evens it out. My back. Oh. So, strategic move. Yes, the Austrians and the German would like to do some strategic moves first. Perhaps the Austrians. They would like. We have to look for the number of strategic moves, because they are not unlimited, of course. So we take 1 unit. One, 2, 3, 4. So 4 units, and they go to France. So it is double. No, not really double, because only this one. So there are 6. These are 6. And this is number 7 to Colmar, but I don't need it in Colmar because Colmar is safe. Yeah, the front was stable on this side. Where is it? Here. I can put it also here in this region. Yes, what the Britain makes a breakthrough on this point. I can easily stop it. But here are a few forces. I think it's perhaps not bad to go to Bologna or something. Okay, so then the Austrians, I put 8. 8. So 10. Yeah, perhaps I put the stack together. It's 6, it's 12, it's 20. 20, and this headquarter is 24, and that's all. So 24. Yeah, I could have railed a little bit fewer Germans, but I think that's also okay. So, and now it's yeah, where do I rail them? Because I can put in new units here in Trieste. I can in reinforcement scheme, but Adelsberg not. Yeah, this happens. Adelsberg and also Radmansdorf. 2, 4, no, other spots not in reach. And I can go a little bit in the offensive from Bruneck with the mountain unit, and from Trent with the mountain unit, and perhaps, yeah, this is not a rail spot, it's only Trent, but I can go to Male, 1, 2, 3, because I would like to build new units here in Trent, because the attack from the Austrians have to come from Trent, I think. But I need here 1 troop more. Yeah, yeah, but I get a lot more here over this spot. But I don't have to forget it. Okay, this is the Central Powers railing move. So this doesn't work. Okay. And yeah, the Russians don't do any move. Or will they do? I'm not sure. No, the Russians are safe. The Germans go first now, so they can attack, but they can make no breakthrough. And so it's okay, I think. Perhaps to Lutsk. This is one. And perhaps, yeah, I can put 2 units to the eastern, to the Caucasus, for a little bit safety positions in the back. And that's enough. Okay. Okay, the Allies, will they do something on the Western Front? They cannot make a breakthrough. They can rail something to the Near East to make more progress in this front, but takes a time to build the Sinai pipeline. And so I think it's better to make more pressure here on the Germans. Yes, so this is okay, finished for today. And the next thing is then the strategic turn E. So, and the Germans get their fighter back, and the Britons and France fighter, and another German fighter, 2 fighters. So now it's turn F, and F is first the Germans get the resource point for Bethune, so they get 1 more resource point every round, and the Central Power and the Allied minor countries, so the Russians and the Austrians and all this, get a -1 trench bonus. Yeah, perhaps I have to do it somewhere here. And yeah, somewhere, where's the Italian front? Here. So they get the bonus. And here's no attack. They only, yeah, perhaps it's an attack. I will put it first here in, so that the Allied get the trench bonus. Okay. Yeah, then came the reinforcement and replacement phase, and that doesn't have prepared it. Not the reinforcements, surely. There is a lot of French troops coming, but only, yeah, little troops to cannon fodder. The Germans don't get a lot, of only 3, but the Britain also have a good fighting force. And the Russians also get reinforcements, little ones to close the line. And in the Caucasus there is a headquarter. Yes, as you saw in some video, I had to put a headquarter in the Caucasus, but it wasn't allowed because also this one here is the marker EU, or near Western Front, EU, and this means they can only operate in Europe. So they had to wait for this Caucasus headquarter, but I think the things were so good for the Russians in the Caucasus that they, they didn't need it. Okay, so I have to do a lot of reinforcements, and then we come back later. Thank you. Bye bye.